Nerdiest people when it comes to human performance and effort is powerlifters. These people have done a lot of research into how you can grow the fastest, most efficiently without risking injury or burnout. One of my favorite concepts in this is called RPE, and I'll let one of my favorite YouTubers, Jeff Nippard, explains it so much better than I ever could.
So RPE stands for rating of perceived exertion, and it just ranks how hard your set was on a scale of 1 to 10. RIR stands for reps in reserve, so it's how many reps you left in the tank. So if you had an RPE of 10, that means you reached failure and you had 0 reps in reserve. If you had an RPE of 8, that means you had 2 reps left in reserve, and so on.
So this is an amazing video by Jeff, and he does summarize everything at the end, but I'll try to do it very quickly here, which is basically, if you're doing new, hard, challenging things where you're trying to grow, in his case, grow strength, in our case, maybe learn a new skill or new task, then going beyond a 7 or an 8 is probably too exhausting. But if you're doing something that's a lighter weight that you're used to doing, that's not too difficult for you, then you can safely go to an 8 or a 9 or maybe even a 10. So in our case, that might be doing something that we're already very good at, and we're just kind of continuing doing that. And this does seem to ring true for me. When I'm doing new things, new skills, talking to new people, then I get tired way faster at like a 7 or an 8. Even though I feel like I could do more, I just can't. But if I'm doing web design, something I've been doing for over a decade, then I can keep going until 1 a.m. and build a website in one weekend. And yeah, I'm tired, but it's not as burnout feeling. Now that leaves us with the most difficult part, is like, how do you figure out what your rate of exertion is? There's been a lot of people in comments on other videos who said that they've taken years to figure out what a 7 out of 10 is for them. It's one of those things that takes a lot of practice, and there's no easy way to learn it. I think by asking yourself questions and being more aware of this idea in general, you can learn it a little bit better. And it's something that, despite being totally abstract and pieced together based on powerlifting, somehow does seem to make sense for me. And I think it'll make sense for you too. So give it a try.